About a year ago, I created a video called Top 10 Most Mysterious Songs. Thanks to people either being obscure music lovers and recognizing the song, or just naturally good detectives, there have been several instances where mysterious songs were successfully identified. To encourage songs from the top 10 list to be searched for and hopefully solved, I created a follow-up video detailing instances where mysterious songs were solved, called 5 Mysterious Songs That Were Eventually Identified. These 2 videos evolved into the Mysterious Music series, examining other albums, songs, musicians, and bands of the underground. Episode 3 of Mysterious Music covers the identification of Life Turns Inside Out from the number 4 slot of the top 10 list, as well as the honorable mention Redo Dark 2 March 10th, 2013. Episode 3 also covered developments of Eurysei et Sura from the number 9 slot, and by episode 4, titled Lost and Found, Eurysei et Sura was identified. If you're interested in learning more about those songs, go ahead and check out episodes 3 and 4 of Mysterious Music, though it's not necessary in order to enjoy this video. So, without further ado, here are 5 more mysterious songs that were eventually identified. Number 1, Answers by Vigilante. You're the Man Now Dog, or commonly abbreviated as YTMND, is an online community centered on the creation of hosted memes. In April 2006, a Simpsons meme made by Mikey entitled Pop Rocks and Pop featured an industrial metal song, which was used again in May 2006 for a Tenacious D meme made by PS3 Fool. The popularity of the clip rose to the point where people sought after the entire song, and a user by the name of Orion44 put a $20 bounty for the identification of this mysterious song. The interest snowballed, and others began utilizing the song in memes of their own, and by May 25th, user Pocoloco identified the song through his own YTMND. Orion44 paid up the $20. Well, $19.12 after the PayPal fees. That's brutal as scenario will never leave my mind. I live in constant torture. Number 2, It's Alive by Sketchpad. Down in the basement at the bottom of the stairs. It's Alive is one of those weird mysteries in which we know the source but are unable to confirm who the artist or official title is. Most of the time when this happens, it's due to the mysterious song being pulled from an official compilation that has little to no detail. The mystery of It's Alive was found on the 15-song compilation Free and Single Volume 1, which was a giveaway sampler from the British newspaper The Independent in 2003. Tracks 19 through 15 were unlisted, and It's Alive was originally thought to be the mysterious 10th track. It turns out, however, that this was a song called Heartbreaker by Loose Cannon, while It's Alive was hiding in the final spot, track 15. Redditor Single Goat posted a link to archive.org in the Lost Wave sub. By supplying the archive with the query newspaper CDs, some useful results were rendered. The list showed another giveaway from a different British newspaper, the Daily Star, called 70s Glitz and Glam. Not only was Loose Cannon's Heartbreaker found as track 10 yet again, but It's Coming Alive was found to be titled simply It's Alive by Sketchpad. In fact, all 7 of the unlisted songs from Free and Single Volume 1 were taken from 70s Glitz and Glam. Unfortunately, not a whole lot is known about Sketchpad. If they recorded other songs, where the musicians are now, etc. A lot of people like this song, so if you want to know more about the band, I suppose there's additional digging to do. Number 3, Calling by White Heat. In November 2006, Andre Kluge had posted to Google Groups needing assistance on identifying different metal music he had heard off the radio between 1982 and 1984 on one of the British Forces Broadcasting Service programs, Heavy Metal Show or Monday Rock Show. Andre mentioned that the DJ didn't announce the song or band names. There was some discussion for a couple of days, but the conversation died down for almost 14 years, with Andre not getting all his recordings identified. Then, on July 23, 2020, a user reopened the conversation with "White Heat calling. Enjoy." Boom, mic drop. This message turned out to be from Ribalin, a Redditor that does an amazing job keeping me up to date on a lot of developments when it comes to mysterious music. It turned out that another Redditor, Johnny Me Too, had also been looking for this mysterious metal song, having looked through hundreds of releases on Discogs. Near the very end of the search results, Johnny Me Too found the song matching the 1-minute excerpt uploaded to the Google Groups so many years ago. If the name Johnny Me Too sounds familiar, it's because it was Johnny Me Too who held on to the full MP3 of Like the Wind and shared the entire 3-minute track when it was lost to the world and only the 1-minute excerpt was in circulation in July 2019. Another job well done, Johnny Me Too. Number 4. Isolation Shot by Fake Ideal. After Like the Wind, many songs are labeled the second most mysterious song on the internet. This next entry, however, had a subreddit called The Second Mysterious Song. This is another entry on the top 10 most mysterious songs video, which came in at the number 5 slot, and had the placeholder My Explanation's Too Young. This song was shared on Reddit in 2017 by Tomato Away, having heard it on Ian Camfield's XFM rock show sometime between 2004 and 2005. Attempts were made to contact Camfield himself, but efforts on that front were fruitless. Audio recognition was also an idea, which would have required going through XFM's archives to see if there was a match. This would have been quite a daunting task that could have easily been a dead end, but instead, luck would play a major role in solving the case. The mysterious song Discord user, 7 Wonders, was looking through titles on Last.fm and just happened to find it. Seven Wanders was intentionally searching for My Explanation's Too Young and stumbled on the needle in the haystack within 15 minutes. Voila, a song matching the second most mysterious song had itself a band, Fake Ideal. Fake Ideal was a post-punk band that played from 2003 to 2004, and while the quartet never achieved mainstream success, Fake Ideal wasn't exactly unheard of in their small hometown of Doncaster. According to guitarist and vocalist Danny Hannum, he had no idea that XFM used their song. Isolation Shot was slated to be released as a single sometime between 2003 and 2004, but the band ended up getting dropped from their label, who decided to go in a more indie rock direction. So they released Pick Up Your Gun on a different label the following year. And despite Pick Up Your Gun receiving positive reviews, Hannum decided to call it quits and move on to other things. Members of the band had been friends since childhood and remain close to this very day.
Hey, Mr. Welfare, will it always be like this? Living in a paradise, take another coke with eyes. I want just to be with you, living together like the others do. But where can we find a home for two, living next to you?
Number 5, Nefertiti by Two Big Boys.
There she goes, looking back at you. There she goes in an Egyptian fruit.
Dead Wax Records and Redo Alpha are two YouTube channels that do a wonderful job not only sharing obscure old records with the world, but both are also the source of several mysterious songs. For instance, Dead Wax Records and Redo Alpha were each responsible for bringing Like the Wind, also known as the most mysterious song on the internet, to YouTube years before the song went viral. This next entry is a song that was introduced on Redo Alpha's channel and placed at number 3 on the top 10 most mysterious songs video, with the placeholder title Egyptian Wife. Folks from the mysterious music community reached out to Nico from Dead Wax Records to help with the search of Egyptian Wife. Nico just happened to be familiar with the song, but couldn't remember the band's name. I couldn't remember the band and title at first hearing, but I was sure that I had the record in my collection. Took me a while to locate it, but here it is now. Nefertiti is a B-side to Monkeys.
Monkeys on smack, don't know what's happening. Monkeys on smack, easy to me.
The record had been listed at 45cat.com, an impressive database of recorded music, but not nearly as big as Discogs. Nefertiti, however, wasn't listed at Discogs, which just goes to show that smaller databases might actually hold the key to some of the mysterious albums and songs we're trying to solve. The placeholder title Egyptian Wife wasn't even that far from the actual title Nefertiti. Redditor SBDesign71 even tried looking for this song on Discogs under the names Cleopatra and Nefertiti, with no results. Two Big Boys were a London-based indie pop band, active from 1984 through 1989. After hearing of our search, some of the former band members were happy to shed a little light on their music. One of the band's lyricist, vocalist, and art director, Ron Meerbeek, hooked me up with a signed record, some of his art, and even shared a little history about Two Big Boys. After clicking on some unrelated music projects, this particular group of musicians evolved into Two Big Boys, and they began picking up several gigs in the London scene, even supporting the first ever Pet Shop Boys performance, and also opened a few times for Bronski Beat. Ron wrote the lyrics to Nefertiti after seeing Philip Glass's opera Akhenaten and was fascinated by Marie Angel's portrayal of Nefertiti. After a couple more years of playing gigs, which led to no new opportunities from potential managers, producers, or record labels, the band played their final gig in 1989, which excluded several members from their regular lineup, most of whom had moved on to other projects at that point. Also absent was Baxter Martin, who did remain with the band on tenor sax and clarinet, but couldn't play due to illness. In 1990, Martin passed away, and the band officially dissolved. However, just because they stopped recording in 1989 doesn't mean that their story fully ended. It just had a 30-year time jump, picking up in the present day, when former members of Two Big Boys are sharing music and stories that could have been lost to the world forever. But they weren't, and now they never will be.
There she goes, looking back at you. There she goes in an Egyptian fruit. I don't think she's after a taxi. I don't think you're gonna see her again.
Bonus, Dizzy by the Flying Lizards. Some of you who have been keeping close track on developments of mysterious songs might have noticed a glaring omission from this list. Amigos Mios from the number 2 slot on the top 10 most mysterious songs video. Shortly after that video came out, a comment on the original video's source from the channel, Redo Alpha, mentioned that it could be by the Flying Lizards, but no audio was available to confirm. Over at the Discord for the mysterious song, a user by the name of Bluey Grifter number 5445 learned that people were looking for Dizzy, and when listening to Amigos Mios, Bluey confirmed it was the same song and provided proof. However, there was one thing missing from the recording: the Spanish dialogue that gave Amigos Mios its placeholder.
Mis amigos, ¿os acordáis?
most people have concluded that this is either the DJ who's playing it on the radio talking, or it's a pre-recorded announcement for when it's played somewhere, like at clubs. However, based on the spoken word breakdown, what's being said is somewhat incoherent. So it's unlikely but not impossible that the redo alpha version is a mashup of something, and would therefore mean that the mystery isn't fully solved yet. Admittedly, the theory that it's just a DJ is probably spot on, but if that's the case, then it still raises the question as to where Redo Alpha got this cut of Dizzy. And even if it's a DJ talking, who are they? With that extra bonus, I won't leave you with a gushy epilogue. All I'll say is that the songs covered in this video are proof that the answer to any mysterious song is out there. And with a gesture as simple as sharing the joy of music, we'll continue to get closure on some of these mysteries instead of being left with cliffhangers. So keep your mind, eyes, and ears open, and thanks as always for watching.
This will be the last time.